favorite part, the music of fire. One of the results of the fire suppression policy after the fires of 1910 were separation of people from fire. And while we'd like to stop fires from happening, we recognize that we're fighting a losing battle.
Wildfire is inevitably part of living in the western United States. It's not a matter of if we're going to have fire, it's when we're going to have fire.
That extreme side of fire is just one face of fire. It's very important and real to be afraid of fire that happens in those circumstances. But I think that if that's what we live with alone, then we're missing a huge opportunity to work with fire to our benefit.
As humans, we've stopped the progress of fire, but everything that we value in this forest evolved because of fire.
Because fire for millennia played a natural role in cleaning up the forest, maintaining open forests where all of the native plants and animals could thrive. But our forests have essentially become overly dense. A lot of small trees have crowded out the bigger trees. Prescribed fire allows us to reintroduce fire to these fire-dependent ecosystems after 80 or 100 years without it.
We want to make sure that we're reintroducing fire in low-intensity ways and protect our communities while also minimizing fire risk.
Always the first objective in any operation involving fire is public and firefighter safety. The most important part that we work off of is what's called a burn plan. These burn plans are written sometimes years in advance. We can start and stop the operation at any given time for weather or other safety issues. The short-term impacts of having smoke are worth the long-term impacts of having less severe wildfire.
In my 35 plus years in Central Oregon as a wildland firefighter, I've seen a lot of changes. The communities have grown further into the forest, and of course our biggest threat here is wildfire. If we don't do these treatments adjacent to our communities, an out-of-control wildfire can come right into town. If we manage the fuels and make the forests around our communities more resilient, we can have a really good opportunity during a wildfire event to stop the fire.
Another part of the magical aspect of burning is the plant response and seeing what comes back.
It really is telling the story that the forest is healthier, happier, more resilient after we've put fire back into the forest. We're likely to see longer, hotter, drier summers and therefore longer fire seasons. Prescribed fire is an important way that we're actually combating climate change. We all have to step up in order to increase the pace, the scale of prescribed burning in order to make a difference.
Oh yeah, it wants to burn. You can tell.